Hello, beautiful souls. I am Awakened Soul, and today we're going to be reviewing Bitcoin and setting it up for our next trade. Remember, no emotions, no expectations. When you walk into the charts, your chart should be nice and clean. I do reminder, I use the log scale and I do use the index chart because it has the most history. Okay, so we're going to begin. One touch, two touches. Why? Because it's just a great support where price action was holding, then we broke down. Correct? So remember, monthlies are red. So just like I have a support, remember, as a day trader, you have to set a resistance. One touch, two touch, based on the previous monthly candle. Okay. Target. And within every time frame, I like to visualize a pattern. So on the monthly, what does this look like, right? So this looks like a flag, a bullish flag, of course, but we can still have one step down and then bounce from here and then break to the upside. Okay, so just a possible bull flag for the future. And this is just confluence to this previous like bull flag here. Right, we can see bull flag, then broke up. Then we have another one here. Right, bull flag, then we broke up. I just love to make my charts so cute. I'm such a visual person, and if you resonate with me, you resonate with me. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. But look at that. So cute. One, two. So we're on the third contraction phase. How lovely. So this could be our third flag. Right? I never would go all the way here, but still consider a flag. So I just wanted you to visualize that in the monthly. I think it's cute. I think it makes sense. So yeah. All right. So now that we're done with the monthly, actually, I like this. Oh, sorry. I'm going to save this image. I think it's cute. Share it to my Discord. Copy image. Okay, so now we're gonna go, so as soon as we have our trend lines, we're gonna go ahead and go into our range. Remember, as a day trader, you wanna set your range. So what is your monthly range? Turn on your magnet. So this is the open, monthly close, I think. Yeah, because this was the monthly open. So this is going to be my resistance. Why? Because price action is under monthly. Okay, so that's your resistance. And this will be our next monthly support. So you just want to capture what's going on within price action. Okay, the rest is just noise. Let's go into the weekly. Within the weekly, you want to set your range again. All right. This is going to be your weekly support and weekly resistance. So right now we're barely hanging on to weekly support. It's a big thing. So if we break the weekly support, this is the only next monthly support. So it's a big deal. So on my weekly, just like I said, my range, I want to set some trend lines. Like, what do you see? What does this look like? And if you're not following me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I am the Queen of Charts, and I am showing my setups, my profits before the plays take place on my Discord. So go ahead and do that. So yesterday I was visualizing this chart and reminding everyone how when we have a down movement, we're gonna see a lot of bear flags. Okay, And this is what I mean. Bear flag breakdown, right? This is a bear flag in itself. And it's important to understand that because in a downtrend, remember, you're going to have bear flags. Okay. Uptrend, you're going to have bull flags. And it's just something you want to keep in mind for the future. Right? Bull flags. Even this one, bull flag. And even the big contraction monthly, it's a bull flag. So just a reminder. So with that being said, yesterday I shared a beautiful chart here. Because previously I've said that this is a bear flag, right? So what's not to say this is the bear flag just like here, right? Just like here, looks pretty similar. This is the breakdown, retrace, back tested, and then continuation to the downside. So something to consider, something to keep an eye on. So I'm going to leave that in place. I also want to make sure that you are aware that our weekly support on the line chart has officially broken. So that's 1 touch, 2 touches here. I need my magnet. And it is a learning YouTube technical analysis. I want you to learn for yourself. If I still believe BTC could come to the 12K area, and if that's the case, you gotta be ready. You have to be prepared. You have to understand the game. And I'm gonna be here for you. Just know that. So just reminder, this looks like a head and shoulders on the weekly. And we did break this weekly support. Big weekly support. And I'm not going to put a resistance. Why? Because we have the monthly resistance. So what would be my target, right? Well, you have your monthly target at 12K. But my weekly target, right? What we could do, I was going to say we could use the flagpole for the bear flag. This is probably going to be the flagpole though. No, I would say here. This is a contraction phase. Yeah. Okay, that was funny. Okay, let's come into the weekly. And what is my target? Okay, so based on my weekly, my 1 touch, 2 touch, based on beautiful trend line I'm about to draw. 1 touch, 2 touches. Sorry, it has to be perfect. My charts have to be cute and perfect. Okay, so based on this trend line, on my weekly trend line, this is how it's gonna work. This will be my first target here. Sorry, I'm thinking and speaking. It's a little complicated. I like to just think, but I'm trying to show you guys my skills, so give me some time to get comfortable with this YouTube thing and recording myself. It's not my thing, but that's cool. I'm getting better at it. You know, sometimes growth comes with being uncomfortable, and I'm learning to embrace it and be uncomfortable. But those would be my, so once this weekly trend line breaks, right, those would be, I would be, if you want to swing it, right, if you're a swing trader, I would be taking profits as it breaks down and just lowering my stop loss under each area. So once it hits here, right, it's probably gonna ripsaw here, accumulate. So you want to make sure that you're taking profits as you're coming down. So let's say it comes down, and it's gonna do this, come down, do this, come down, right? It could take months for a weekly play to play out. So take profits as it's coming down, because again, I could come here and then just rip up, right? So always have a stop loss too. Under entry when you're in profits. So take profits. That's what I usually do. I take profits. I lower my stop loss under my entry like that. I cover my face. So that's what I see right now on the weekly. But remember the line weekly support. Based on that, this would be my first TP. Okay. Wonderful. This would be my first TP. I'm going to go to my day now. And it's important for me to go through every time frame because I believe that the charts are energy. I believe that, you know, there's a flow to everything. And I'm trying to understand where the flow is. I'm trying to understand where are the next possibilities, right? So here on our weekly, on our daily, we set our range, right? And our day range has been officially broken. So that's a big thing. That's your day resistance. And we can visualize and see that price action is breaking the weekly right now. Okay, so that's big. Because if we break, okay, and I did share, okay, so you could see major support here, confluence with weekly trend line breaking. Okay, so I am going to go to my 4 hours here because it's moving quick. So yesterday I shared, and this morning too, I shared my 4-hour target, and I just want to show you really quick. This was my 4-hour target based on this break, and I took this beautiful short, and again I did share in my Discord before it happened, after it happened, and I took profits. I do it all, baby, do it all. So this is my 4-hour target, right? So this would be my first take profit, and this is confluence to this major support level. Okay, so I do expect a big reaction from here. So once we hit, and just like we broke this major support level, right? 1 contraction phase, breakdown, 2 contraction phase. It's important to understand that we come here, break up, do all this wildness, and then continue to the downside. So, or, right, if you're bullish, we break down, do this, and then go back up, right? No expectations, no emotions when you trade, just one trade at a time. Every day is a new opportunity to make money, right? Okay, so now that we're here, I'm gonna go into my daily. So in my daily, it's pretty simple. I mean, look at the trend. When I say look at the trend, look at the 1226 EMAs. That's what I mean. So I'm gonna turn off the wicks so you could visualize them. So we've been in a downtrend officially since July 24th. Downtrend. This 1226 cross 8 hours. We're in a downtrend. We went up, then downtrend. 4 hours. We're in a downtrend again, right? We broke up. Now we're in a downtrend. 1 hour. We're in a downtrend. So when I come into my 1 hour, that's where I start looking for an entry. How do I look for an entry? I look at the trend more than anything because I trade with the trend. So for me to take a long here, it's going to need a lot. For me to take a long on my 1 hour, first I'm going to turn on my higher high, lower lows. Trying to understand the charts. Okay. So for me to take a long, I would want to see based on my strategy. You have to have a strategy. If you don't have a strategy, join my free Discord and you can have my strategy for free as I share everything for free. because I'm here to help. So this is my 1 hour trend line resistance. So for me to even consider a long, guys, I would want this blue trend line to break, probably price action hold monthly, it's resistance now, but make it a support, and then price action move to the side, to the top, right? So I would not be looking for longs till my 1 hour trend would break. And again, price action holding above the day, holding above the monthly, because we still have that weekly resistance. So there's a lot of resistance going on here. So this whole area has to be broken for me to even consider a long. And I'm telling you, it's not about getting the wick, it's about being in the right side. Okay, so don't rush things. If it starts ripping up, let it rip up, let it retrace. You enter at your higher low, and then you continue to the upside. So this would be my bullish scenario, my bullish play, because again, even though we're in a downtrend, you always have to be prepared for the unknown. So I'm going to set an alarm here, crossing up, and that's going to alarm me. Whenever this cross up, I'm going to come back and reassess and be like, okay, what's going on? Okay. And for my day entry right now, if I was just walking in, let me move this to the side a little bit. We are in a day trend. Okay, so let's look at our RSI. It's not that oversold. So you have to understand market structure. Okay, so what is the next possibility? We have a high, we have a low. What's the next possibility? It's going to be a small retrace and come back down, right? So we as traders, were looking to fish around and looking for a lower high to short, right? Lower high, that's where we want to enter. Why? Because it's the most obvious thing. Like, just look at price action, there's highs and lows. So if you're in a low, that means there's going to be a high. Even if you're in a downtrend, it's gonna create that market structure as it creates follow through, right? This is how it's gonna fall. It's just not gonna fall like a rain. I mean, it could. They could put the rug and just, but I mean, that's usually how it happens. And same process for longing. It's gonna be, you know, highs and lows, and it's just market structure. So big educational gift there. So here we're in, so that's why I mark my ranges. Okay, so we just broke back above the weekly support. So it's understanding market structure. This is day resistance now, because price action is under, right? And this right here looks like an H, and this is, oh, this is literally how I chart, guys. Why? Because I want to understand the motion of the charts. I want to understand what are the possibilities. I don't go into a chart just thinking or assuming that this is going to happen. No, you have to see. That's why we educate ourselves for years to understand technical analysts, because, oh god, sorry. Oh, that's my sisters calling me. I'll answer in just a bit. Okay, so I don't like editing my videos. It is what it is. This is how it's gonna come out, and it is what it is. So back to this, understanding that this could be a possible H. H's could be bullish. So I'm just gonna let this uptrend play out. I'm gonna follow it right with the trend line right here. I'm gonna set an alarm. Why? Because once it starts rotating, it'll give me that lower high, and then I can short again to continue to the downside. and of course, and it breaks through the day and creates new highs, I'm gonna watch it. I'm not I'm not gonna take a long till probably this weekly. You know, so you have to have some rules for yourself. Even though it's an uptrend, like it's not part of my rules, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait. This is a lower high, and this is where I want to fish for a new short. Why? Because remember we did break that 4 hour support, so there's a lot of confluence, a lot of indications that it's going to my 4 hour target first. So I'm just gonna let it be. It's part of market structure. It has to get that lower high before it continues down. So I hope you found value within this, and I hope you learned something more than anything. Yeah, love you, and remember to do everything with love.